Ahoy hoy, my name is Real Sassy and this is my review for Butcher for the Xbox One. This review is in partnership with BigBossBattle.com, who kindly give me the review code from the developer Transhuman Design. Now, as with all my reviews, this is 100% my own opinion and I'm not being paid for it. So what is The Butcher? The best way I can describe this game is it is a 2D shooter platformer that has been heavily inspired by games such as Doom and Quake, and with those large amounts of gore in this, you can see why this is already starting to come out as a potential winner. The premise of this game is simple and effective. You are a cyborg and your mission is to eradicate all life forms, and this game allows you to do that in a variety of different gory ways. And this leads me on to the gameplay. Now, I'm already a fan of Quake and Doom, so this was already right up my alley. So for those who like over-the-top violence and a 2D platforming, or I should say 2D shooter platformer, this will also be up your alley. The control system on this game is actually rather good as well. Now, it's very simple. The left stick moves your little guy around, with your right stick moving the actual aiming mechanism. Your right trigger fires, your left trigger is jump. Now, this is a little bit of a weird one, and it took me a while to actually understand. Most times it's normally A, but it actually works well on your left trigger because you use jump to get down to places as well as get up to higher places. And when it comes to going around killing people in quickly, this is going to be the easiest method of traversing around the area. There is also a kick button, and this can be used in a lot of creative ways, like shoving helpless foes off a ledge into a lava pit or into the path of a giant mechanical spider with blades on it, or actually stunning the characters so you can then blast with a shotgun and seeing their entrails cover the entire level. Gory deaths have been done beautifully in this game. For instance, if you blast from using a shotgun point blank, they turn into a mush of giblets, which will cover the area in blood. If you step back 2 or 3 paces and blow someone, their torso is ripped apart from their legs and their entrails are splayed across the entire level. If you do that near a hook, they will actually hang from the hook. The same thing is also if you kick a guy off into the flames, he'll burn alive screaming agony. Also, one other thing is, because you've just blown apart a guy, don't think he's completely dead. He'll just probably end up sitting there crying to himself over the mass of whilst still being alive. Please note, it's not just enemies that will die in gory ways. The enemies here will actually kill you quickly and speedily if they catch hold of you. And because the default setting is actually hard, that's right, hard, you will die often. Trust me, this has a Dark Souls-esque to it. And to combat that, the developer's been quite clever. They've actually designed the levels to be completed within a 3 to 4 minute time scale. When you die, you respawn from the beginning. And because the levels are short, it never feels like you lose much progression. This means that each level is a high intense, high octane gun death battle, which you try and complete as quick as possible. And if you die, you're straight back into the action, straight back into the gore and death as quick as possible. And that's something I actually do like to see in this game. The game boasts 5 zones with 4 levels each and a very super hard boss at the end. You may think this is actually quite boring and quite tedious because it's just basically shooting. You would be incorrect. There's a little few secrets in here, and throughout the levels they've also blended in a variety of puzzles and a variety of extermination points where effectively you are locked into a zone and have to wipe out a horde of enemies as quick as possible to progress forward. This entails breaks up just the shooting element side of things, even though actually I found the shooting element absolutely fantastic to play and enjoyed every minute of it. So what about the graphics? Well, despite this low resolution pixel art and its tiny sprites, or perhaps maybe because of those things, it is the perfect reminder to Doom and Quake. Its grimy, rushing industrial backdrops are filled with dark browns and reds, as like the original Quake, and its visual difficulty reminds me of the software ID's original Quake multiplayer back in the early 1990s. The graphics are done beautifully here. They are exactly what you expect them to be. It's a retro take on a modern day classic of a game sort of thing. and I absolutely love it. The little pixels, at first I thought I was going to be, oh, am I going to enjoy this or not? Is I going to think? But it worked perfectly well, and seeing the blood and giblets being exploded everywhere is a joy to watch. One thing also about this game, because you die often, and you may think the game resets all the blood and all the gore. No, once you've gone through that little die, go back, you'll see your previous blood and gore attempts spewed across the entire level, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. The sprites are done exactly well, the graphics are perfect, explosions look exactly how I expect them to be, and this is perfectly pitched for this type of game. And this leads me on to the sound of the game. Now, very similar to the graphics and their homage back to the Doom and Quake era, they've done exactly the same thing here with the music. The basic rock keeps your blood pumping and the nostalgia at its peak, with loads of classical sound bites for picking up shotguns, the screams of your enemies, and the explosions blasting out beside you. Everything has been done here to really give you a sense of, history in terms of the existing games. It's beautifully done, and it's a joy to listen to. The fact that you can hear the ammo explode being picked up is exactly like Doom's in some cases. The cries and screams of people being murdered as you mow down, the blast with shotguns or the chainsaw, or even the railgun firing into a ship like you can see here. It is still done beautifully, and let's not pretend that it isn't basically music to your ears when you're blasting someone away. Without a doubt, a bit like the actual graphics, it has been done well, and I enjoy listening to this as much as well as I enjoy playing it. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, rent, great purchase, and must own. My rating for this game, Butcher for the Xbox One, is a great purchase, and this is for the following reasons. The game is addictive and fun to play. 100% I do think that. It does have a hard difficulty, and its default setting is hard, but they have actually added a casual mode, although by playing this you won't actually get a particular achievement, and that's to collect all the skulls. If you go ahead and play the hard mode, though, I would recommend it. Those levels are short enough to stop you from feeling frustrated, even though you will die numerous times. As I said, they've also shoved in puzzles and collectibles, and this kind of gives it a little bit of variety. Overall, I think this game is worth a purchase, and one that I would keep in your box if you do like Doom and Quake. The developer here have done a perfect homage through this game, showing this off with its graphics, its style, and its sound. The price of a game is actually quite cheap as well, and well worth its price. It's £8 UK and 9-ish USA dollars, I think. Don't quote me on that. Overall game, though, is beautiful and addictive and fun, and that's really what most people will be looking for when they play this game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you do, please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and comment if you want to in the comment section. I do look forward to reading your comments, as it gives me a hint on how well I'm doing. Well, anyway, until next time, have a great time gaming.